So we're going to start off this training with an opening prayer. So I'd like to ask Reverend Thompson, would you offer an opening prayer for us today?
Yes, I will. I knew you were going to pick on me. I knew it. Okay, please join me in prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parent, thank you for gathering us here tonight. It's amazing we can gather so many people all across the country, centered upon our true parents, centered upon one purpose. Our purpose is to learn about and to be inspired about the possibilities of online holy communities. These are communities where you will be at the center and everything we do will be offered to you. So we are ready to go. We're ready for victory. And we ask that you can inspire and make us clear tonight on our marching orders as we go forward to bring this great offering to America and to really inspire our true mother, inspire Dr. Young, inspire our leadership, because we will take responsibility. Thank you for gathering us, and I pray that this meeting will bear great fruit. We offer it to you, and I report in the Thompson family name, adieu.
Thank you so much, Reverend Thompson. All right, so once again, thank you everybody for being here. We still have people coming in, and we're expecting quite a big crowd today. It really is so amazing that we can all be here and be in this training together, really grow together as leaders. And I'd like to get started. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so let's get started. So today, what is this really about? You know, everybody who is here, you're here because you really feel a calling to step up as a leader of an online holy community. And we've been tasked with creating 1,000 new online holy communities all around the country, by 2027. And it's such an exciting goal to be a part of. But I think, it's so exciting to see 1,000 holy communities show up in the world and in America. But I think also, God and true parents must be so excited that, 1,000 communities also means 1,000 new leaders, and even more than that, people really stepping up and expanding their hearts in the process of leadership. So I'm sure God is just so proud of each and every one of you here, each and every one of us who are really choosing to step up at this time. So I wanted to start off with some words from True Mother. It says, "Only through the true parents can humanity return to God, our Creator. People need to be born again through true parents, through the process of the marriage blessing under God, our Creator. It is all of you that must let people know about your parents and lead everyone to become heavenly parents' children. You have the responsibility to embrace and guide all people with one united heart." Now, this is really amazing words by our true mother. She's really entrusting us with being, the representatives of her, of true parents, of God, to bring the blessing to the world. So about this training, I want to share about the outcomes of tonight's training. The first part is just to get excited about the journey ahead. We really want you to feel like a sense of ownership and excitement about these online holy communities and being an online holy community leader. So not being here with a sense of just duty or I'm doing this because I'm asked to do it, but really a sense of, wow, this is such an amazing opportunity, for us to serve, to grow, and to share our blessings with others. Second point is to know some online facilitation best practices. So we'll give you a little taste of Zoom best practices. So we'll have a really quick tutorial on how to use Zoom effectively, but we'll also give some guidance about what really creates a powerful experience in an online meetup. The third point is to connect with other leaders. It's so important for us to really support one another and create a network of leaders so that, we're all growing together towards the same goal. We're really just getting started. We're pioneering something that's so new. And I think we're all going to be learning so much along the way. And so it's going to be really taking all of us learning from each other and sharing with one another to really become successful in this. And the final point for today's training is to know the resources that are available. There are some resources that we've already created, but there's also going to be many resources that we're going to be creating from here on out, as well as resources that we can create based on your feedback and based on what you are looking for and what will be most helpful for you. So we want to share a little bit about what's already been created and where those resources can be found. Opening remarks by our national president, Naokimi Ushiroda. So Naokimi, if you can unmute yourself and share with us.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good to see everyone here. Thanks for joining. So I feel this is a really significant launch for our movement here in America. We are really making a new effort towards outreach through these online holy communities. And each of you have chosen to step up to respond to God and True Parents' call and really support directly the North American goals that we set to offer to heaven over the next 7 years. So I'm really excited. I know that we've done small groups in the past, and I'm sure many of you have many questions right now in terms of what it means to be in this kind of role. We're really kind of working on this together with you. So I can't say we have all the answers, but I would say that actually together with you in the field, we're going to actually discover the answers together. But one big thing that I would say that's different this time than in the past is these online holy communities are all centered on heart relationships. So it's not based on your location. It's not based on, the local Walmart people that you're blessing, or people that you met on the street. These are all based on personal heart relations you have, and many that you already have. And it's about really inviting them and sharing the culture of our Heavenly Parents' holy community and helping them experience the joy and the love and the depth of heart that we have in our community. So it's really no boundaries, except we did recommend keep it within North America. But, to really, see it as an opportunity to really share the best of what we have, help people connect with God's deep heart, our True Parents' love, and the community that we have with each other. So I'm really excited about this opportunity. Also, we will be having ongoing trainings to support you in this role as online holy community leaders, and we will do our best to provide, the best kind of trainings, and also hear from you. What do you need to move forward next? So we're going to be building all the resources as we go, whatever will help you to reach out most effectively. We want to really be able to provide at this time. But I want to really thank you for taking this leap of faith together with us. I know everything isn't super clear, but you chose to step up and respond at this time. And that shows that you are still young in spirit. You still want to move forward and try new things, even if it's technologically challenging. So I appreciate every one of you for stepping up at this time. And I also want to thank the whole staff and the team, including Justin, for also helping to lead this session tonight. So with that said, let's have an amazing experience tonight and give us the energy to go forth from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Naokimi.
Justin.
Oh, yes, Dr. Young.
Because of the time matter, maybe I share first, okay?
Yeah, of course, please.
I am really happy to see all of you. I just came back from Korea, as you know. So this, holy community, this really, heavenly parents calling to set up this holy community system. Originally, holy community, original name is Heavenly Parents Holy Community. Heavenly Parents Holy Community, Family Federation for World Peace, Heavenly Parents Holy Community, Women's Federation, whatever, any organization, through Mother saying that everything should be the center of the holy Heavenly Parents Holy Community. I think I love this name so much, actually. So now, that's why everybody, you need to also utilize the name of the holy community. In the past, we using the, Father directly give us the name home church. And then since we started having tribal Messiah, and we're using the name of the home group. Now formation and growth and finally completion stage is the holy community. This is a really, really beautiful name. So holy community means holy community. Through the holy community, how can we invite heavenly parents to our community? That's why don't forget, even though our show name is a holy community, always you need to remind yourself, centering on heavenly parents. So through the holy community, how can we invite heavenly parents living within me, in our family, within our community? Actually, this holy community is really practicing how to substantialize the kingdom of heaven on the earth. That's why don't do it by duty, by responsibility, or by, someone's order. Very important point. Anything, any movement, any organization, in order to last that organization, one of the important thing is any movement continuously multiply and can last forever. Important condition. You need to stimulate his or her heart. Need to stimulate heart. Need to stimulate original mind. And also at the same time, need to have the longing heart that I really, because, through Mother's order, international headquarters order, no choice I need to do, then definitely stop on the way. So already we are repeat same things, many things again and again. That's why I'd like to recommend my brothers and sisters, this time, let's try really with our sincerity and heart and creating really holy community. This is the kind of the life of the kingdom of heaven. The word of the kingdom of heaven is based upon longing heart, personal touching experience of a heart, experience of love. So your motivation is unclear, and then you are doing by anything by duty, cannot last. That's why I really encourage my brothers and sisters. This is the last organization. Last organization. Father tried to build home church, could not accomplish. Try to do home church, a home group, could not accomplish. So now, right time, right era has come, centering on holy community. That's why I really, for me, for example, morning devotion. Even though Dr. Young emphasized, everybody need to join morning devotion, very, very important, importance of the prayer and Jeongseong. Even though no matter how much I emphasize, but content is not clear, and do not stimulate your heart, and then do not stimulate your original mind, cannot last. So, do you want to really carry on this holy community continuously? Then your motivation have to be very clear. And then really eager heart. Before going to the spiritual world, I want to substantialize. I want to taste what the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is saying that, where there are 2 or 3 people in my name, that is the kingdom of heaven. So even though we cannot create 430 couples all together, why don't you initiate from small number first? Centering on 3 people, 4 people gathered together, I feel I don't want to leave this community forever. I really, really love this holy community so much. I feel you are my true brother. You are my true sister. I feel whenever I bring out my issues, my problem, I can settle down because this community is giving me so much power and encouraging me, and the stimulation. I really love this community. That's why this is the motivation. I'm encouraging you to, set up this kind of the holy community system. So really, this is like a practice of what's the kingdom of heaven. So we pass away, we want to enter kingdom of heaven. You cannot enter kingdom of heaven. You need to already substantialize. You already need to have a taste. Oh, this is the kingdom of heaven. Without tasting and then go to spiritual world by condition, it does not make any sense. You need to really have experience what is the kingdom of heaven. This holy community is, to expand to about the true parents' main guidance, one family under God. Without creating holy community centering on longing heart, it is impossible to establish one family under God. Okay, truth is great. Divine principle is great. How about your life? Your life is really living in kingdom of heaven or not? Kingdom of heaven is not concept. Kingdom of heaven is a reality centering on longing heart. He's my spiritual father. He's my spiritual son. He's like my true father, true mother. I don't want to leave this group anymore. So let's stimulate our heart and mind until now we try all kinds of way. But I am telling you, this is the last one. I don't want to fail anymore. That's why since I came here, America, I set up one by one each system. For example, even my life, no matter what, I set up before morning devotion, I need to have a prayer condition. Until now, I keep continuously wake up early morning and pray. I do not miss even one day. I already have that kind of habit. Secondly, I want to create the morning devotion. Not joining by duty or responsibility. Really, everybody have the longing that, I can get something. I can get really spiritual food. I'm so happy about to join the morning devotion. I can get all kinds of strength and power. So already I try to show through the morning devotion. This morning devotion is a large holy community. So morning devotion already become one of our culture in our life in America now. So why don't you create based upon your community, holy community? So like morning devotion, really, pray for each one of the 43 members. Even when you're beginning, 1 member, 2 member, okay, I really pray. Heavenly Father, I truly want to build up good brothers and sister relationship. I want to feel your presence through this holy community. Heavenly Father, my motivation is very clear, nothing else. I really want to create this kind of beautiful and very artistic and inseparable community, Heavenly Parents. Heavenly Father, this is my true motivation. Through this, if I do not create them, even though somebody talking about, kingdom of heaven, even though divine principles say kingdom of heaven, even though true Father say kingdom of heaven, true Mother encourage you to do many things, but I don't have a real experience centering on my community, that does not make any sense. That's why when you initiate this holy community, I think you need to have a strong determination internally, artistically, spiritually. I really want to do. Let me start even 3 people, okay. And then let me try, wake up early morning. I want to pray for 3 persons continuously. I want to pray 3 times a day, before morning devotion and during lunchtime, before sleeping. I want to really pray how spiritual world responds, how heavenly parents guide us. This is important point. So, anything, once we start, need to continue. Constancy, very important. So whatever I do, why Heavenly Father help me, my character, once I start, even though a little bit slow, I do continuously. For example, my morning prayer before the morning devotion, until now I keep continuously, no matter what, in the airplane, in go to anywhere, I keep going. Because what I learned from divine principle, the character of our heavenly parents, his character is what? Eternal. Whatever you do need to be eternal. Unchanging. Whatever you do, unchangingly. Whatever you do, absolutely. We need to resemble true parents, resemble heavenly parents. So that's why we set up the now morning devotion. Everybody know that. Secondly, we set up the already very clear Sunday service tradition. We are focused on the new guests. Already we set up. Everybody now recognize. My third goal is to set up holy community. This is my challenge. That's why everybody put our heart and mind together. When we create beautiful holy community here and there, I think I am telling you that Holy Spirit definitely come down. Holy community means Holy Spirit need to involve together. So we are now, because not only my own effort, because all our American brothers and sisters joining together and support the morning devotion and supporting Sunday service. And then third one, create holy community. I think we can do that. I really absolutely trust my American brothers and sisters. That's why how to stimulate my heart. Anyone stimulate your heart by God's word, you can stimulate someone's heart as well. So, and then also need to make clear system. Okay. For example, you need to have 3. This first step 3, and second step 7, and then third step is 12. Number 4 step is 21, and then the other one, the 5 step is 21. 21 already count. 21, and then the other one is 43, and then 7th step is 43 couples. Anyone accomplish 43 couple? and then you giving blessing for the 30 people, 43 couple complete 3-day ceremony, then you are already can register 천보원. So our goal is how to reach the 천보원, but before reach the 천보원, at least 6 steps. 3, 7, 12, 21, and then what's that? 43. No, something forget. 3, 7, 12, 21,
36.
43. Okay? Yeah. So, and then last step is, 3, 7, 12, 21, 36, 5. And then 43 is 6. And then 43 couples is 7. So we going to make each category how to do it. So something like that. And then, okay, let me finish, because if I talk too much, then you cannot finish your job today. So, and then our goal is like, 1,000 holy community. But I tell you, let's finish within this year. Holy community. This 1,200 this holy community this year, and then 2022, and then we can create 12,000. Our final goal is 120,000. So I think we surely can do. That's why for me, morning devotion is key. Everybody inspired by morning devotion through your helping. We can create everything, whatever. That's why Father said, any nation, any family, if you keep the morning devotion, any kind of the fortune will come to you. That's why how to revive America. You need to begin from morning devotion, and then substantially creating in your community. That is really my recommendation. And also, anyone already completed 43 people, then invite me. I really want to join with your community group. I want to be excited with you. So invite me, anyone completed 43, and then some of the model case come out, and then multiply 2 or 3. That's why Bible say very clearly, the Amos chapter 3 verse 7, for the Lord God does nothing without revealing his secret to his servant, to the prophet. God always showing his secret, revealing his secret through somebody. That's why some community already done, and then become 2 or 3, immediately multiply. Bible already clearly mentioned about that. So my dear brothers and sisters, I really love you. Let's create beautiful holy community, and even God very happy to come down. True parents also very much happy, and everybody become the model, and from American movement multiply to Africa, South America, Asia, everywhere, and then everybody proud of the American movement centering on holy community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Young. That was amazing. We love you so much, and we're so happy that you're back. And yeah, thank you for trusting us. We feel we cannot fail as long as we have your faith. It's so powerful. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to continue on with today's training. Okay, so before we continue forward, I want to share about how to get the most out of today's training. There are 3 points. The first point is really to participate as much as you can. This training is really meant to be an experiential training, so not a one-way conversation, but really an opportunity for us to interact together. Also, this whole training is meant to be like a model experience, right? Just like the morning devotion, it's really a model experience. You can experience it for yourself, so then you know, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do when I create a meetup for my holy community. It should be like this kind of experience, lots of interaction, artistic give and take, and sharing with each other. Of course, we just heard a wonderful artistic message from Dr. Young. The second point is to take notes. Studies show that handwriting notes increases retention by 70% if you review your notes within 24 hours. Okay, so take notes. There's going to be content. We're going to go quite quick today because we want to cover as much as possible. So I recommend that you take notes. The third point is to ask questions. At any time during this presentation, feel free to write a question in the chat because we will have a time for question and answers at the end of, near the end of today's session, where we'll invite our president, Naokimi, to answer any questions. So again, anytime during the presentation, feel free to write a question. Those will be captured, and then we'll have those answered at near the end of today's session. So I wanted to share about the official mission statement of these online holy communities. The mission is to establish an environment to experience God's culture of heart with learning, support, and fellowship. The core mission lies in the development of Chambo families through education on the unique value of the holy marriage blessing in this providential age. Okay, so these holy communities are really an opportunity for us to fulfill our Chambo trial messiahship, these families, raising up these 43 families. So we wanted to just make it really clear what these online holy communities are about. And we really see these online holy communities showing up all across the nation and customized towards the individual. The leader can kind of put their own flavor to these communities. So we would see like the Berg community, the Ishiroda community, the Hernandez community, all kinds of communities showing up around the nation. And to talk about the goal, we have a goal for 2027 to establish 1,000 online holy communities. And this is kind of what that looks like over time. As we increase the number of online holy communities, how we come to reach that number 1,000. But actually, it's really exciting already how far we are already coming, just starting this training. What that looks like in the subregions. Subregion 1, 277 holy communities, 180 for subregion 2, 148 for subregion 3, 114 for subregion 4, 239 for subregion 5, and 42 for subregion 6. So where are we at this point? Actually, we got so many applications already. We already got 84 from subregion 1, 42 from subregion 2, 41 from 3, 28 from 4, 118 from 5, and 38 from 6. So we're already at over 300 people are applying to be online holy community leaders. So we're making an amazing start already. This is what that looks like in the different districts. I won't go through each one of these, but you can take a look for yourself, the numbers. You can see a lot from District 2, 3, and 4. Also, District 14 has 90. It's a real substantial amount of online holy communities leader applications. So thank you so much, everybody here, for making this possible. And thank you so much for the sub-regional leaders and the district leaders for really reaching out to invite the members to share in this amazing opportunity that we have. So next, I want to get into some best practices for creating these online meetups. And the first one is how to do a Zoom meeting. And I'd like to ask Tal, who's always running the tech for our morning devotion and for this meeting as well, to share about some of the best practices for running a Zoom meeting.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm not usually speaking, except telling you not to unmute yourself. That's okay. Don't unmute yourself. I'm going to share my screen. And do you see? No, I don't want to share computer sound. I think I may have.
Yeah, not yet up here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh, this is my screen. Yeah, now you got it, right? That's what happens when I learned a new thing today. And that's really what it's about, actually, is for you to be able to learn some new things too. So the first thing that's really going on is you need a Zoom account. When you go there, you see the sign up, it's free. That free account is going to give you 40 minutes up to 100 participants. I actually do not know if it will give you the full gamut of the options, but if you go for the next best thing, then you should be able to get most of your need. That's about $15 a month. And once you get your account, especially if you get the little pro account, one of the main things you need to do here is to go to your account, to go to the settings, because some of the things you might want to do, like breakout sessions and co-host, require scrolling down all the way to the setting, and you see those things. You need to enable certain practices. And then once that's done, you go into your Zoom through your Zoom on your desktop, and you can go into your schedule meeting. When you go here on schedule, that's usually how it looks. And that allows you to schedule the meeting, to use recurring meetings. You can choose if you want to enable the waiting room or not. You notice we use waiting room because that allows us to be better prepared. Sometimes it works better than others. You somehow can control whether the participants are coming on with a video or not video, and then they have to turn it off. It just some quick choices when you click schedule. And now I understand all those people that complain that the Zoom disturbs the bottom. I'm going to move this up there. Yep. So when you click save, it's basically scheduling your meeting. The next thing after that is when you go into your Zoom. This is another one. There's happens to be a lot of other Zoom, but you pick the meeting ID that you've created for that one, and you press start. And this is what happens. You're all alone, but then you get some friends. And this is actually our True Parents Chronology editorial meeting. And they were very gracious to allow me to film, to take those screenshots. We had a meeting today, and you can see when you sign in, and if it's your own account, then you are the host. As the host, you get to mute and unmute people. You can do it either from participants on the side, which is my favorite, or you can do it directly on the account. When you click on the right click there, you have a few options. As you mute and unmute, you can spotlight for everyone. You can make co-host. There is a little bit of a control here for each participant, for you as the host. So this one I just took now. You can see what happens when you spotlight someone, because our other team is actually, we don't spotlight, we share screen and we edit stuff together. So when you do the spotlight, you can do that. If you, now it doesn't show me, no, it won't show me, so I'm not gonna go there. Usually you see here, view, you can decide whether you want gallery view or speaker view. But the spotlight means everybody get to see the main screen, regardless of what disturbances might come, which, as you know, the mute all button is right here, and you could always mute everyone. And that's, why did I take this? Oh, I'm gonna wait for this to move a little bit. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's not moving. Here, right here in the bottom, actually, it's where you have the share screen, the breakout rooms, and an option for recording. And yeah, you see it right. The green button is to share screen. There is the record button, usually only the host can record, and the breakout rooms. Breakout room is easy to function. You just decide how many you want and create. And that's another one I just took today because we had a breakout, and it allows you to just see. Now you get all our secrets, right? That's how I see it every morning in morning devotion. And you just click open all the rooms, and it really just allows you to scroll down and see if anybody alone in the room or total control. There is a lot of other options here. Honestly, spend some time and learn this as you go along, but I wanted to keep this pretty simple. And that's really my last point is when you get into it, Zoom has their help center. So they have video tutorials for just everything under the sun. honestly speaking, I didn't really know anything so much about Zoom. I started to work at headquarters, and little by little, I learned everything. When President Naokimi said, I want to do breakouts, I said, fine, we'll figure that out. And that's how we learn. So if you just go get your account, go on Zoom, get training. There's a nice thing that's called Google. How do I do that? Today I needed to share the background music on myself, usually in morning devotion. I have a media team. Okay, you Google how to do it, and you find it. Everything, that's the marvel of the internet. So once you get your Zoom account, and of course, we're here to help you as you need to. I think that's it.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Tal. You're such a pro, and we're really grateful to have you. I saw a lot of questions pop up in the chat, so we might need a whole advanced training for Zoom.
So now I'm going to move to the other side of my job today, and I'll leave the rest to you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so that was a little bit about Zoom, and again, we also have other resources available that I'll share more about, where you can learn about Zoom, different Zoom features. So next, I'd like to talk about what makes a meeting good. So how many of us here have been in a good meeting? Let me see a show of hands. You've been to a meeting where you felt energized and you felt, wow, this is awesome, this is great. And how many of you have been to a meeting where you felt, I don't know if I really want to go to that kind of meeting again? Have you ever felt that way? Okay. So I think we've all been through different kinds of meetings, especially during this time where we're seemingly always on Zoom. It's really important to make the experience of being on these online meetings, these online meetups, a really valuable experience for the participants, right? So what if I told you that there's actually a formula to create a really great meeting? Would you be interested to know what that is? Are you interested? Are you interested? Okay. So I like to share with you, actually, there's everything that we do. If you're part of Morning Devotion, you know that those are Zoom meetings, but you can feel so alive through those meetings, right? There's a reason why every aspect of Morning Devotion, every aspect of this training is in place so that we can create a certain kind of experience for the participants. So the first step in creating a really great experience is to consider about the outcomes. So what are the specific outcomes of your online meetups? And there are three aspects that you need to consider: emotion, intellect, and will. So the first one, emotion. How do you want them to feel being a member of your online community? So think about when they come on Zoom and they're interacting with one another and they're listening to some kind of content. How do you want them to feel? Maybe you want them to feel inspired or moved, or you want them to feel loved by the speaker and by one another. Intellect, what do you want them to learn being a member of your community? So, creating content that has a really clear learning point, like I want them to learn this time about freedom and responsibility. I want them to learn this time, how to create a vision. This time I want them to learn really about the value of the blessing. So every single time having a clear idea of what the takeaways that you want them to receive. And then finally, will, what do you want them to be able to do being a member of your community? So if you want them to be able to share about their insights to others, if you want them to start really taking action, living a life, living for the sake of others, practicing true love, or you want them to really be able to go out there and become tribal messiahs themselves and create their own online holy communities. So if you have a really clear idea of these 3 points, then you can start to think about, okay, so what components can I put into my meeting so that they feel this way, so that they can learn this, and so that they can be compelled to do that. The next points I want to share about is key elements for participant-centered events. Okay, this is really important that we create these meetups. It needs to be focused on the experience of the people that are joining this meeting. Okay, so it can't be about just trying to get through an agenda because we need to get through it. Right? It really needs to be thinking, always, how can I serve my community? How can I serve these people so that they really experience something wonderful today? And there's only these 6 aspects that you really need to keep in mind. Number 1 is consistency. So keeping the meetings consistent. So I really want to emphasize starting the meeting on time and ending the meeting on time. Really making that really clear. As much as possible, try to make that happen. And then also just to have consistent meetups, do it once a week, or you decide, but make it consistent. And if you're unavailable, find someone to replace you, or do what Dr. Young does, which he creates a recording of himself so that he can give the content when he's unavailable to give it himself. So consistency is so important. The second point is variety. So we want to make sure that every time there's something new, there's something a different topic, a different theme. Another way to create a sense of variety is by these breakout rooms, right? Because every time you're in a breakout room, you get to talk to somebody new. You get to have a new experience with somebody. Okay, the third point is to have people feel like they're really valued, like they matter in your community, right? They're not just a number, they are a child, a son or daughter of God, and have them feel, that they're loved. And there's several ways that we can do that. One way is, as the MC, is to always acknowledge the people that speak. Right? You always want to say, "Oh, that was really beautiful. Thank you so much for what you shared. I really felt your heart." And you don't want to give them lip service, but you want to be sincere about it. Really consider what was great about what they shared. Also, giving that person, an opportunity to share as a representative to the whole group. They get to feel like, "Oh, today I got to be special. I got to be chosen just to share in front of everybody." So it's kind of like Dr. Young, he talked about that personal touch of God, that you want everyone to feel like they're special, they are unique in your community. The fourth point is connection. So you want people to be able to create a sense of connection and like they love each other, right? So again, breakout rooms are a great way to do that. It gives people a chance to share with one another personally their hearts and create these artistic connections with one another. The fifth point is growth. I think we all want to feel like today we're a little bit better than yesterday, and we hope that tomorrow will be a little bit better than we were today. So we're all constantly trying to grow, and if we're not growing, then what's happening? We're dying, right? So we need to constantly be growing, and so being a member of the community, you want to make sure there's an experience of growth. So you can do that by allowing them to share about their testimonies, their victories. They say, "Oh, this week I was able to do this. Last week I wasn't able to wake up every day for morning devotion, but this week I did it every single day. That's so amazing. Wow, I'm really growing because I'm a part of this online holy community." The sixth point is contribution. So the reason why we want to grow is so that eventually we'll have more and more to give. Right? And that's the purpose of our life, right? Is to really live for the sake of others, to contribute and to love beyond ourselves. So giving people an opportunity to contribute as a member of your group. So what does that look like? It could look like giving the members small responsibilities, sometimes asking them to pray, sometimes asking them to, if they've been apart for a little while, asking them to start doing tech, or giving them just a small role as like a discussion leader, or as an usher or something, so that they can feel I'm contributing to this community. And then, of course, raising them up to be a leader so that they can eventually contribute beyond the community as well. So I want to just emphasize these 6 points: consistency, variety, being valued, connection, growth, contribution. If you can think of ways to create this experience, people will definitely come back because they're experiencing these 6 things. So one important point is don't forget reporting. Reporting is a very important aspect of these online holy communities because this is really the time that we can create alignment, right? So everything we want to offer it up, offer it up to our central figure, to our Abel, offer it up to heaven. So always we want to report. And in order to make that process simple for everybody, we created quite a few reporting forms. One of them was the sign-up sheet that you guys, that everyone here already signed up to be a leader, but I wanted to share one more. This one is a weekly report form. So it's a very simple form. You write the name of the community leader's name, email, the report date, and then just the current number of members in the community, the last time you met, number of participants in the last meetup. And then you want to track, okay, how many members are in each phase of these education. So very simple reporting, and then you would just click submit, and that will go directly into a database. There are some really cool things that we can do if we collect this kind of data. And in order to share about some of the exciting possibilities when we have this data, I want to ask Koichi Nakai to share about the graphs that we can create from using this data.
Okay, thank you, Justin. Can everybody hear me? Okay, all right. I'm gonna go right to it. I know time is short, so let's go right into, so Justin mentioned that we're gonna be developing a lot of tools to help the Heavenly Holy communities, including online education. And with that, we can have really good analytics. And with good analytics, it's like having eyes. You know, when you're driving, you want to see where you're going. So without good analytics, we're driving blind. So here's just like a glimpse of, you know, what Godable looks like every morning. It's almost like the heartbeat of America. Every morning we see people sign in. And then for morning devotion, we're collecting analytics. Just want to show you this. This is our Facebook feed. Before Dr. Yang came, you know, this was every Sunday, every peak here. Sunday came, peak, Sunday came. And then Dr. Yang came and gave us an extra boost in our in our heart. And now every day we have this, and then a Sunday service. I thought that was very interesting. So what we want to do is develop dashboards for everybody. You know, like something that you can open up on your phone as you wake up and see how you're doing. We're using a service called Tableau. And when we actually talked to the sales representative at Tableau, they said, you guys are the first church we're working with, because they're mostly dealing with businesses and high-level tools. And I just want to show you an example of what the visualization we can get for this. So every morning we have morning devotion. We're streaming to Zoom. And then from Zoom, we're streaming to Facebook, we're streaming to YouTube, we're streaming to Vimeo. How do we keep track of where everybody's coming from and all that fun stuff? So let's take a look. We got morning devotion. Okay, so this graph right here, it was generated with Tableau. And what you can see here is on the bottom, we have the live viewers. So people who are tuning in live every morning. And on the top green is everybody, lifetime viewers. So maybe they missed it or they're watching after the fact. You can see that we're in the 6,000 mark. When
Koichi, we don't see Koichi, we don't see the graph yet. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We saw up to Tableau.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me. All right. Okay, so you see this one now?
Yeah, now we see it.
Okay, great. Okay, so this bottom green line shows the live viewership, and the top green line shows the lifetime viewership. So if somebody missed a morning devotion, they might watch it later. And you know, we can see that we're at the 6,000 mark. And if we zoom in onto the live view, we can see how we're doing in the past 7 days. But this is the live view broken up by the types of platforms we're streaming to. So this brown one down here, Kevin Thompson actually has a West Coast morning devotion, and we can see day by day how they're doing. This yellow is actually the Zoom participants coming in. We have around 275 people coming in every day. And then we have the Japanese translation coming in, and Spanish and Chinese. And then we have YouTube and Facebook. And you can see how this trend is actually going up. We have over 1,100 viewers live every morning with these platforms combined. The next view I'm going to show you, you can see day by day. And you know, as we're doing this, we started to notice some spikes here. Like, why are so many people watching this one? Oh, it's because it's about absolute sex and a peaceful family. This one's about spirit world. So like certain topics generate more interest than others. And this is the insight we can get with data. These are the eyes we're getting with data. The next view I'm going to show you, one more screen here. let's just take a look at National Family Service real quick. Same kind of view, you could see the spikes. This is Dr. Young's first message from Sunday service. People wanted to see what it's all about. This is the new year, Sunday service. You can see certain days, certain Sundays are more powerful than others. Let's quickly go to the reason why you're all here, and that is this view, the Heavenly Parent Holy Community view. So we have a pretty big Zoom call today, 325 people. We have 369 registered as of 5 p.m. today. And the cool thing is we can actually go into these clusters here, zoom way in there, and see, oh, here's the LA Holy Communities. And if we zoom in a little bit more, we can see where the LA Family Church is, Los Angeles Family Church, and you can see where the hubs are. Let's go all the way to the East Coast. Let's go to New Jersey. How's this area doing? And then you can see all the Heavenly Parent Holy Communities sprouting out here in New York. So I had to generate this view here because we had to split up Nevada. And the only way I could do that was if I broke up the United States by county. And as I did that, I realized, wow, this is actually an interesting view to see America broken up like this. Just imagine Heavenly Parent Holy Communities in every one of these counties. We can get county information. So if I were to click on Clark County in Nevada, we can see what the population is, 2 million, and 1/3 of the population is 727. So we could do that with every county in America, and we can have eyes, we could see how we're trying to reach them. Okay, so this is a very powerful tool. Now, let's sprinkle in the actual Heavenly Parent Holy Community people coming in. We can see just imagine, like we were showing earlier, as you register, we're able to add you in your county and where you're from in a broader sense. So here's subregion 1, and this is all here's the list for subregion 1. Same with subregion 2 with the list broken up by state, district, county, city, subregion 3, so on and so forth. Let's keep going through. And we got subregion 4 names, subregion 5, and subregion 5 names. And what I wanted to leave you with of my presentation, so we're getting more data. Just imagine, we can click on any one of these circles or the county levels, and we can add things like how many churches are in that county, or how many ACLC pastors do we have in that county. Just really giving you the eyes and the tools to see and resources for you to have the bird's eye view. Now, I want to leave you with this last view. Okay, so this is where we're at currently. And I was able to download the entire population of the United States. Okay, so this is what the United States looks like, and broken up by city and population. Okay, so surprisingly, I saw that Houston has the largest population as a city right here with 3 million. The next one is Chicago. You can see this big circle here. We have 2.6 million. And Brooklyn. So a lot of people think New York is big, but actually if you combine all the boroughs and everything, it's pretty massive. But I wanted to leave you this image here because I think this is pretty much the vision where Mother is thinking. Just imagine every one of these dots is a Heavenly Parent Holy Community serving America, serving people. So that's just going to leave you with that image. And Justin, I'm going to hand it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Koichi. That was really exciting. It's amazing.
Great, Koichi, well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Getting so pro, it's crazy. All right, so thank you for that. I wanted to just show really quickly about the reporting form because I heard that you guys weren't able to see it. So this is what that looks like. Again, it's name of community and your name, email, port date, number of participants, last meetup date, current members in your community, and then members in phase 1, education 2, and then 3. And then you would just click submit. And then again, all that data gets collected to turn into one of those really beautiful charts that we just saw. Okay, so let me go back to, okay. All right, so reporting, as you can see here, these are the sub-regions. We have the Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, Southwest, West, and then of course, Canada, our brothers and sisters up north. These are really the faces of the ones who are really kind of running the show. But you're going to be reporting to your local pastor, and eventually those reports will get all the way up to the sub-regional level and then into the national level. Okay, so these are really important faces, so please remember them. So next, I want to share about some of the resources and next steps. So the first one is about the website. So we are developing a website. It's going to be leadership.familyfed.org. And this is going to be kind of like a resource hub where we can post training videos and guidebooks and just all kinds of things that can support all of us in our building of our online holy communities, and that'll also include the recording of this training as well. So I just wanted to show you really quickly what the website looks like. You guys can see that. So yeah, this is still very much work in progress, but you would go to the website and you would create a username. So you would sign in. It's very simple. You just click register and you put your first name, last name. Sorry, I'm using someone else's computer. And then you click submit, and then you've got an account. Again, it's very simple. You can go to my account. You can see it's your account, and then you can take a look at the different courses that we have. Again, we'll have this training. We'll have Zoom tutorials, links to Zoom tutorials, and then also we want to create additional videos for various leadership skills, but also the reporting forms. Those will be, the links will be posted here, so you can find that here. We also want it to be possible so that people can have access to see how we're doing in these goals. So yeah, a lot of exciting things are going to be possible with this new website. Okay. Another thing is we want to have continuous training, as President Naoki mentioned in the beginning, to continuously support our brothers and sisters, our leaders. So right now we're thinking to at least have a total of four of these kinds of training, but also we want to develop some kind of ongoing support system moving forward. And then finally, just the next step is just go out and start building your community. We're all in this process and we're all learning along the way. And it's going to be on the field in the front line that we're going to learn the most important lessons. I think we're going to really learn how to make this happen. So yeah, again, this is about the follow-up training. This is really an opportunity to connect with all the leaders here, to grow and learn together, but also to receive more best practices. And we really want your feedback to know what is it that you most want to learn about so that we can prepare training for you. Okay, so now it's time to have some question and answers. So there was a lot of questions.
Yeah, so I just shared with you a document where you can read the yellow highline and President Naoki can answer. Unless you want me to read them.
Sorry, Tal, could you take a look at that? I need to show one thing. Actually, there was one more form that I want to let you all know about, which is the membership reporting form. Okay, so this is another reporting form for your members to fill out. So when you have a new member in your community, you want to send them this form so that they can register officially as a member of your community, and they'll write your name and their first and last name, where they live in their city, their state, their country, their email, telephone, birthday, gender, marital status, and then there is a pledge to be a member of the Holy Community. Just 3 points: treat the other community members and leadership with dignity and respect, not use this community to solicit for personal gain, and do my best to positively attend and contribute to the community. So once they fill that out, they'll just click submit, and again, all of this will go to a database. Okay. All right. So let me.
Okay. How do you want to do the Q&A?
Yeah, could you just choose one question that you feel is important, and I'll take a look at the other as well. Now give me answers.
Okay. So choose the question. Okay, so there is first question. I'm just going to go by order. It's more efficient that way. Should all members be either leaders or members of the Heavenly Parent, or really online holy community?
We do want to encourage everyone to participate in this because this is really our effort to create this culture of a heavenly community, and for us to be able to share and invest our hearts, and also outreach. So yes, we do want every member to participate in some way. If you're not ready to lead one, you can be one of the support members for another person who can lead. So we want to encourage everyone to participate in some way.
Thank you for that. Another question we have here is, does established mean started, or all members have been blessed? So what do we mean by an established community?
Yeah, so there'll be different levels. One immediate is just the number of people you have in your group, right? Where the maximum is 43. But then when we say, depending on their level of education, we're going to go into that, I guess, during this session. There'll be 3 phases of education. So even if you have 43 members, you want to gradually walk everyone through these different phases, where the first phase is on really coming to understand and accept true parents. And the second phase is really understanding the blessing and getting blessed themselves, or if they're single, to commit to becoming a blessing candidate. And then the third stage is that they themselves start their own holy communities and multiply what they just experienced. So there's these 3 phases, and you want to constantly build your team to move in those 3 kind of phases. Yeah, so complete would be like you have all 43 to the level of blessed, and then some of them are ready to now lead their own holy communities. That would be really a complete holy community. But there'll be different stages. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. Another question is, can you briefly explain the phase 1, 2, 3 education?
So the first phase, again, the goal is that they accept your parents. So it could start with divine principle education. There's different ways to get there. But at the end, they're saying, yeah, I understand that Father and Mother Moon are the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. That's the first phase. And then the second phase is all about the blessing. So it's really about understanding the significance of the blessing, the process of it, and then ultimately that they themselves commit to the blessing, and they go through the 7 steps, go through the 43 days if they're already a previously married couple, and the completion of that second phase is that they complete the 3-day ceremony. Again, if you're single, then they understand, they study and learn about the blessing, and they take the Hyojong promise, which is a pledge for young people to commit to the 3 blessings. Again, they understand the value and importance of purity, and then at the end of it, they actually apply for MatchNet, where they go through education that's required to become a blessing candidate. And then once they go through that and they submit their application, then they complete phase 2 as a single member. And then phase 3 is just multiplication. So phase 3 is, once you do that, now they're ready to become their own holy community leader, and they can actually multiply. They can create their own group as a leader, still be a member of your holy community, but they can also be a leader of their own holy community, and they can start as well.
Great, thank you so much. And we will be going into more about education in future trainings as well. So as that's being developed, we'll give everything that we've created to you as soon as we develop it further. Yeah, lots of great questions. So one question was, how often should these holy communities meet? Is it once a week, once a month, twice a week? Yeah, twice a week.
Yeah,
Is there a
that's
minimum?
completely up to you. I'd recommend, again, at least once a month. Sometimes some groups may want to meet once a week, but that's up to you as the leader to decide.
Okay, got it. Someone asked, is it okay to start 2 holy communities simultaneously with 3 people
The
each?
answer is no. At this point, we want everyone to commit to just one holy community. So you can be a leader of one holy community at a time, and also a member of a holy community at a time. You can be a member and also be a leader, but not a leader of 2 groups. You can only be a leader of one, and also you can only be a member of one holy community.
Thank you so much. Another question is, are these community members, are they going to be members of your tribe?
Yes, I mean, this is all about helping you grow your tribe. You are in the position of the spiritual parent in your holy community as the leader of the holy community.
Got it. Another question, how about the local church? Do we continue to tithe to the local church?
Yes, please continue to tithe to your local church. The idea is that you're reporting to your local pastor and you're tithing to your local pastor, but because it's an online holy community, you can actually have members in different states of your online holy community. Once they accept you parents, you actually want them to start participating in their local church in their local city, but they're still part of your online holy community. Does that make sense? So you're trying to educate your online holy community members. And let's say I have an in-law in Chicago. They would go through the process, receive education, they understand true parents. Then I would encourage them, please connect to the local Chicago church and continue to receive blessing education or start to participate in local activities there. I'll still take care of her to go through the second phase, but she's also starting to connect with the local church as well.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm just going to ask one more. There's so many great questions. We are preparing a frequently asked questions document. So for those of you who your question wasn't able to be answered today, we'll be collecting all of these questions and we'll try to get sufficient answers to you in this document that we're creating. So yeah, the last question that I want to ask is, these are so many good questions. Okay. So there's one question about the education, like can they still do education one-on-one, or does it have to be done in a Zoom format, in a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, you can do your education any way you want to. We're going to do our best to provide resources to make it easier for you. So all the different education resources, we're going to try to collect from the field and even produce some from headquarters. And ideally, you can just be able to send the link to a member of your holy community and say, hey, check out this 30-minute video this week. And then when you meet, then you can discuss, how was that first session? And so every week you can meet and discuss, but for each person, you can assign a different education that week, something like that. But if you want to do the one-on-one education yourself, that's totally fine as well. You don't have to use it. But again, because of the pandemic situation, we're trying to make this work online.
Awesome. Thank you so much, President Alkimi. That's all. Thank you so much for answering these questions. And I know there's so much more that people have questions.
Yeah, I just want to say one last thing. I know that, we didn't answer majority of the questions. There's a lot more than we could at the time given. I want to just say there's the concept, which we did our best to prepare, but this is going to evolve as we get feedback from the field. So don't see this as absolute law. We just set these things in place to create some basic structure to help everyone get on the same page. But in the end, really, ultimately, we're just trying to share God's blessing and True Parents' blessing to everyone. So whatever's working, we're going to get feedback and we're going to adjust and we're going to learn from each other. So if one of the holy communities finds a great way of doing things, then we want to be able to highlight that so other people can start to adopt from that as well. So don't worry about the rules being too strict or too rigid. We will evolve as we learn from the field.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, that's a really important point. We are all learning in this process. So I wanted to just note that we are probably going to go a little bit over time today. And just a tip for any time that you are going to go over time, I said it's important to start and end on time, right? But if you cannot end on time, it's really important to tell people, we're not going to end on time today. Can we have a few more extra minutes? Can we have 10 extra minutes of your time? Just to acknowledge that, it makes the world of difference. So it means it's showing that you actually honor the start and end time. You honor the participants' time. Okay, so I'm trying to honor your time by just letting you know that we're probably going to need an extra 10 minutes to get through the rest of this this training. Okay. So what we want to go into next, this is, we want to have an opportunity for you to share. These breakout rooms are really great for us to digest what we got today. So you want to share what you got out of today's training, what points were most interesting to you. So